You have scored 95 in chemistry. And
COVID period, so 11th was kind of down the drain. First things first, like when board exams came, I tried to keep my devices away. Sure, some of you must know the 80-20 rule. So once you figure out what your weaknesses are from your answer sheets, you should focus on those. And once you clear them, you should do like one more test just to reinforce your confidence. Like it's easy to get 80%, but after that, you have to work twice as hard.
Chemistry and physics I alternated between, but maths I had been doing daily. When I had to do it in one go, it was not like I have to sit, open the notes, look at them. It was more like just I have to sit and do a paper, and then wherever I'm going wrong, that is what I sit and revise. So don't put off chapters like that. Like you can say it's easy, I'll do it later, but then don't do it like exam के 10 minute पहले you sat down and you opened your notebook to see something that.
hello, Eshaan. You have been a good scorer in your 12th board exam. Very proud to know you. You have scored 95 in chemistry, and I'm really, really proud of you. First of all, I would like to hear something positive about what you have done to achieve that score.
Okay, first of all, thank you, ma'am. So basically, this year, as you know, last year it was a COVID period, so 11th was kind of down the drain. And so this year, 11th, I was really down. Like I couldn't get most of my concepts cleared because it was online and I was really distracted. So when 12th came, I thought of getting focused. So what I did basically was I tried to push myself a little by little. Of course, I knew I couldn't go fully because I tend to get distracted a lot, and yeah. So
problem for distraction is one of the biggest problem of your generation.
yeah,
Yes, yes.
short attention spans and everything.
Yes, right. Carry on.
So basically, I tried to. First things first, like when board exams came, I tried to keep my devices away. Some of them I still needed for studying, but I set a designated time. Like in the afternoon, if I wanted to study something like from online, like course or something. So I kept that exact time slot. Like if I wanted to study uh, chem online or physics online, so I set a exact time slot. Like from 2 to 3, I will use my laptop. Otherwise, not much. Don't use it that much. So that's what I did to try to get out of like being distracted. That was during the board season mostly, and before that, of course, we had school, so that made things much better. To be honest, that made things so much better because otherwise everything was online.
Okay, so Varun, the same question goes to you as Eshaan. Like, what have you done to achieve a good score in your board exam? What have you done?
Um, it was just about the putting in the time. As long as I made sure every day I was doing a minimum amount of work, I didn't have to worry about anything the next day. So if I had gotten homework, as long as I did it the same day and I had it finished, and the next day I wouldn't have any extra work to deal with.
Okay, so you have just briefed me about your homework. What about, studying physics, chemistry, maths? Was it on a daily basis, or how did you plan it?
Yeah, it was on a near almost daily basis. I would alternate between chemistry and physics on the day. So if I was doing chemistry on Tuesday, then Wednesday would be physics and so on. But subject for chemistry and physics, I alternated between. But maths, I had been doing daily.
Okay. That means no compromise with maths. And Eshaan, what
Yeah.
about you? What about you? Was it something of this sort?
Same thing, but usually I can't stay studying one subject, so it's usually a mix, like of physics, chem, but maths was every day.
Oh, okay.
Maths was definitely you have to be consistent.
Both of you advise the same schedule for the present 12th students?
Yeah, everything's
Maths,
offline right now.
yeah. Maths
So-
definitely they should be doing on a daily basis. Physics, chemistry, maybe if one day in between them is it's fine, but maths they might suffer if they even miss it for a day.
Okay, okay. So, see, I'm curious about knowing how did you actually manage the 10 chapters of your chemistry? Uh, like how did you space it out? Should I say, how did you space it out?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
For me, basically, like I'm sure some of you must know the 80-20 rule. So, where you put 20% of the chapters, you get 80% of the result. So it was easy for me to push out 80%, but for that 90 plus, you need to really work on your weaknesses. So, like you should give tests and tests. So once you figure out what your weaknesses are from your answer sheets, you should focus on those. And once you clear them, you should do like one more test just to reinforce your confidence.
Okay, and Varun?
I sort of split chemistry between organic and physical chemistry.
Okay.
So because organic and physical are different, right? Because physicals has more calculation definitions, and then organic has more formulae and reactions and whatnot. So for something like physical, it was more physical was more understandable because it had more mathematics. So it is like if I didn't want to do organic, like if I didn't want to I would still do physical chemistry for it's like calculation. So I can, I'm improving in some regard. And it was like, where I didn't want to do physical, I did organic. So it was like, that way I never missed out on doing chemistry.
Wow, wow, that's so good. Okay. So usually, I have a curiosity like from students, like when do you realize that you really need to give your input to that subject? When do you realize? Is it, I mean, is it after writing the test you realize you've got bad marks?
No, it is like when you're looking at all the work you have, it is like I have to do this chapter, I have this homework, and it's all from the same subject. That's when you realize I have to do this now. So it's like if I had a worksheet from school, then I had the test I had to prepare for in chemistry for tuition. And then I had to complete my notebook. Then it was like, yeah, I definitely have to concentrate on chemistry now.
Yeah, for
So-
me, it was like not after the test, but while writing the test, once you don't get the questions, you put it in your mind. Yeah, I didn't get this. Okay, how I have to really go home and do that. So it's not like after the test. It's
Yeah, so
during the test.
better to not wait for the marks. You should be like, I definitely didn't get this right, because
Yes.
chemistry, it's a little harder to realize if you did the question wrong or right, especially if it comes to reactions. But the ones which you can definitely say that I didn't know, you should solve the doubts regarding those questions.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. And see, from your point of view, if I'm thinking, okay, you read a question from chemistry and then you realize, अरे मुझे आता था लेकिन मैं भूल गया. Then what do you do? I mean, how do you tackle it?
Yeah, that does happen sometimes.
That happens.
So
Especially-
I just used to narrow down what it couldn't be. I'm like, it can't be this because of this, and then it is like there'll be like a little. There's going to be like maybe like a one conclusion left, maybe two, three, but then at that point it's like it could have been anything, and I've narrowed it down to three. So after that, I sometimes just bite the bullet and I just pick one.
You're speaking about MCQs, the elimination method.
No, but also like for reactions, like if I had LiAlH4 for the reagent, and I had to, and it said you're getting an alcohol. So then I'm like, it can be aldehyde or it can be what else can it be, right?
Carboxylic acid.
Yeah. So now I have like the aldehyde or carboxylic. So I have, so it's like maybe there'll be something extra given in the question that will tip me off which of the two it is, and I see that and I figure it out. So that's what I'm sort of saying.
Okay, and Ishaan, like कुछ आता है but याद नहीं आ रहा है, then उसके answers लिखते हो या छोड़ देते हो?
I had a bad habit of not attempting. Like I was like, I'll attempt this at the end. So
Okay.
like when usually sometimes like in maths as well.
Hmm.
So when there's a hard question, I try to attempt it at the end because then after a while, like after some questions, I get my confidence back. So it, like after that, it's like okay, I can do this here because I familiarize myself with the question paper and
It's
everything.
something similar like that for me also. I'm just like, this question will waste my time because I know I'm going to be stuck on it for a while, but I know the next question.
Oh.
So I do the next question and then the next, and then I've missed out on that question that I've left.
Okay, okay. You know, has it ever happened like I want to keep a connect, like you have a question, immediately it's not striking you, but does it really happen that once you go back to the question, reread it, then you come up with a
Yeah, that's when that happens, I feel very happy.
Oh, nice.
It does happen sometimes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like it's like trying to warm up your engine, your brain.
Yeah, no, it's also because during a test, it is sort of you're stressed out, so you can't really get a hold of what you're thinking quite right. So that then you can't think of it. But after once you've given the test and you're out, and then you're talking with your friends, it's like, oh shit, I could have gotten this right. Yeah, that happens.
Okay, okay, okay. Varun, you know, one more question. You know, normally what happens is that when we teach, we realize, okay, students should remember this. Okay, say you have like I'm speaking about the expectation of the teacher. I've taught you Finkelstein reaction today, and I expect you to remember it tomorrow. How long is your span of remembrance once you finish a teacher's class? How long is your span? I mean, your
See, if I don't, if I
to know.
So it is like if I don't revise it at all, I have forgotten it after 2-3 days.
Okay.
But if it is like if I've made notes and I'm looking at the notes, then I'm going to remember it for as long as I keep looking at it every once in a while.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What about Eshaan?
Sometimes I can remember it without revising, but that's only when I find it interesting.
Hmm.
Otherwise, I tend to like whenever there's a class, I tend to revise beforehand for like 10 minutes.
I mean,
So
it's
especially when what you've taught like yesterday or day before, that is what I tend to prioritize.
Okay, okay, that's nice.
Right. And it's like if I can also sometimes remember it and answer it. But if I'm asked for the name of the reaction, that I won't remember. I know the mechanism and everything, but I do not know the name of the reaction.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I think learning the mechanism is more important, but sometimes you have to remember the names as well.
Yes. And how did you handle the whole syllabus at one go?
It wasn't at one go exactly because I've been consistent throughout, and that is mainly the reason I didn't have to revise everything during such a short amount of time. So I did the things what I'm bad at first. So I had to get those concepts really down. Otherwise, I wouldn't have gotten so much like gotten 95.
Yeah, right. Okay. And Varun, how did you handle the whole syllabus at one go?
So it's just up till then I've just been revising. So when I had to do it in one go, it was not like I have to sit, open the notes, look at them. It was more like just I have to sit and do a paper, and then wherever I'm going wrong, that is what I sit and revise. So it was like a 3-hour paper. I check with the answer key. Wherever I get it, I can see a pattern. Like in this chapter, I'm consistently making mistakes. So then that chapter was like I would write the name down and then I would immediately sit and do whatever the list of chapters or not chapters, but like specific topics I would write down because
Yeah.
because sometimes certain topics also you can be bad at. So I would write down the topics instead of the chapters.
Oh.
Yeah, it's important in the final stretch. Like
Mm.
you have to look at those topics and you have to look at those types of questions instead of everything, like the whole
Mm.
concept.
Mm.
Uh,
Right.
right, even types of questions. You can be good at a topic or a chapter, but that one type of question you can always get wrong. So
Right. Right. Wow.
For me, it was in physics mostly, like
Mm.
using Kirchhoff's law to find out the current in a circuit.
Mm.
So
Mm.
I did those questions a lot because even the half yearly exam in my school,
Mm.
I couldn't get it right and I felt really bad.
Mm.
So I was like, okay, I have to get this in the final board exams.
Good thing. That means working on your weaknesses. Yes, that's
Yeah.
excellent. Both of you, thank you so much. But before we wind up this nice, beautiful words spoken by both of you, I would like one last tip which you want to give the 12th standard students.
I'd say try not to ignore that one chapter. You'll be like, everyone is like, acha baad mein ho jayega, right? Because it's like maybe like the easiest chapter and then you do last second revision, right? But you haven't done any questions and you haven't done it properly. So you will lose marks in that one chapter. So I would say don't put off chapters like that. Like you can say it's easy, I'll do it later, but then don't do it like exam ke 10 minute pehle you sat down and you opened your notebook to see something don't do that.
Okay. And Eshaan, what tip from your side?
I would like all the students to be aware. Like it's easy to get 80%, but after that you have to work twice as hard.
Oh.
So it's for average people you can get 80%, but if you want to go higher, you want to go a little bit more, like up to 88, 90 or 90, 95 plus. So you really have to put in that extra effort.
Wow.
It's so hard. It's so hard.
Wow.
So
Wow.
I commend everyone who gets 90 for my 95 plus.
Wow.
Yeah.
Those who hard work. Those who
Yeah.
work
Yeah.
hard. Yes. Wonderful
Yeah.
talking to both of you, and God bless both of you in all your future endeavors. Thank you so
Thank you.
much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.